Yeah, it was a started off the inning with a scoop off the end of the bat by Bruce, and then yeah, two really hard hit balls up the middle, I think by Frazier and Bernardino. And then Mesoraco jumped on the first pitch curveball as well. Yeah, I mean, they were going to have probably a different game plan maybe than anybody else I've faced in my whole career. They had a lot more insight to me, and I guess part of that plan would have been to try to get to me early, knowing I'm a strike thrower, and also knowing that if I got the two strikes, it was going to be a lot more difficult to square me up. So, yeah, I mean, obviously the grand slam was the biggest blow of the game, and they stayed relatively aggressive after that, but we had some really good defensive plays, and we inched our way back in. Just disappointed we couldn't, tie it there in that inning. It was bang play to first, and Brandon made a great play, and that could have maybe turned the momentum a little bit, given us an opportunity to protect the lead, but it just didn't happen.
Mesoraco being a catcher and having caught you, would that have maybe figured into his thought process? Yeah,
definitely. I went to the plate and said, "Rock, you're supposed to take that one, man." I said, "I couldn't let that one go by, man. I know you're going to get ahead of me with that." So, yeah, it's kind of a different chess match tonight because there's a lot of known information prior to starting the game, and it's just the way it is. And I had probably, regardless of the results, that was probably one of the most enjoyable games I've pitched. Just out of the fact that when you know somebody that intimately, it's still, regardless, it's still nice to know that the guys that are beating you, that they're good guys, and that it was just a fun competition, man. Back and forth, me and Mike Leake were laughing at each other because I struck him out with some breaking balls. He came back and threw the exact same sequence and struck me out, and so there was some funny things going on there with Brandon and Todd Frazier as well. But it was a good fought game. They jumped out early, and we came back on Leake, but just not quite enough.
You taught him that, Leake, on the breaking balls.
Yeah. I mean, it's it was a strange game for sure, and Bernardino really put the nail in the coffin there with the extra run late in the ball game, and that one hurt a lot.
When you started settling in, you started rolling there. How much did you have to adjust? And I know you're always adjusting, but maybe more than what you thought you had to do.
Yeah, I didn't know how much I was going to have to really change things up. Depending on the year. I also pitched a bit of a different style sometimes, but there's some things that I've done over the years that Brian Price is very, very familiar with, and I definitely had to make adjustments after that second inning. I came in and said to Miggy, we're going to have to try some things a little bit different and try to go out to these guys with a little bit more pitches off the edges of the plate early in the count, because they were just swinging at everything that was on the plate.
Extra emotions too against those guys. I mean, you were there for 8 years.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably the calmest I'd been on the mound ever, to be honest with you. You think, because it's when you're battling against guys that you may have played against for a long time, but you don't really know them that much on a personal level. There's always that edge and that irritation. Maybe you throw one in on a guy and he doesn't really know what your intentions are. But with this ball club, I know everybody's intentions, and so it was really a calming feeling to be out there, and I really got an opportunity, even though I was getting whacked around early on, to enjoy the game.